So today I'm going to be fixing my PSP. The directional pad doesn't work. I can go left, up, down, but I can't go to the right. So I bought a new directional pad part here, and I'm hoping that this will fix it. I also bought some new rubber connectors, and just because I'm taking everything apart, I went ahead and got a new joystick as well. So we're gonna be taking it apart, and hopefully that'll fix the problem unless there's something else wrong with it. So it's pretty simple to take it apart. There are a total of 7 screws on the body. So first I just remove the battery and the memory card. Next you're going to need to remove this warranty sticker right here. You just peel up because there are 2. There's a screw right there, which is kind of hard to see, but there's a screw right there and right there, so there's a total of 4 in this battery body. So first we're going to remove those, and I'm just using a Phillips head 2.0 here, just a small Phillips head. So we'll start by removing the screws here. Next, there's a screw right here and a screw down there. So you just kind of get it till it fits in. And there we go. And then same thing with this one. Just kind of wiggle it around till it sits inside the screw. Okay. And the last screw is actually going to be on the bottom right here. For me, this one doesn't matter too much because my front face plate is broken anyways down there, but I'm still going to take it out anyways. So then you just kind of start gently peeling. You can get like your nail in there or something, or something flat. There's just a little bit of stickiness. Set that aside. So this is where the joystick is going to be replaced out. So first you just pop that off, but I'll probably be doing that later at the end. These are the rubber pads that I'm going to be switching as well. So I'll set this off to the side. So next, to get to here, you actually have to remove the screen. So first, to even get to the part where you can remove the screen, you need to remove this bar, which is attached with this ribbon cable. So you just want to gently kind of pop this part up right there. There's a little bit of glue on this side, so you just kind of wiggle it just gently there. There's where the glue is. You can see a little bit of residue. And then this ribbon cable, same thing, just a little bit of pressure, honestly not too much at all. Pops that up and you can slide that out and set that aside. Now for the screen, you need to be really gentle here, but there are 4 points where it plugs in. So you have a point right here, and then same thing on the opposite side, right there and right there. So what we're gonna do is you just kind of, I have something a little sturdier here. You just kind of want to gently get in there, and then you kind of pop it up a little bit there. So now that part is raised right there. Same thing over here, just kind of want to get in there and then gently pop this part up. So there we go. So now this part is disconnected, as you can see. And once you get one side, it's pretty much easy if you just wiggle it a little bit to get the other side out. But if that's not working, you just come over here and do the same thing. So you get your flat end here in, and you work and you pop that up, and then you get your flat end here. And if it wants to cooperate, which it doesn't seem like it does today, there we go. And then, oh, it's because there's a little bit of glue still. So now we have this open, and oops, well, you don't want that to happen, but you just pop that up so you can slide this ribbon cable out. And then there's another tiny little one right here that you just pop up so that you can also slide this ribbon cable out. And I'll set that aside. So now we have this internal part exposed here. So there's a couple of screws we'll need to take out. We'll need to take out these ones here, these ones down here, and I believe this one here. So let's go ahead and do that. And then set these aside. And next to these ones down here at the bottom. This one doesn't want to come out. There we go. And another important thing is you're actually gonna have to get this metal frame out, you gotta pop this open because this is all connected here to this clip. So you'll see here in a second. Okay. So now to get this out, yeah, you gotta pop this so it'll release this part here, this part up here. So now we're pretty much in. So this is the part that I'm gonna be replacing. And this one's actually just connected with one screw right there. It's pretty simple to get out. So you'll just unscrew this one screw, set it down over here, and then it just comes right up. And actually take that part out and that part out. And just another ribbon cable right here. So just very gently, you can use a nail or something flat, but you'll just pop that up. And now for the new one, so you want to, oops, if I can see. Slide this part in. There we go. So I have the new ribbon cable in, and then I'm just gonna press down. There we go. And then align that up. Okay. And oh, yeah. It's gonna need a new pad here, but I actually got one, so You could just take that one off the old one, or just because I have brand new ones, I'm just gonna use that. So it just snaps right in. It's pretty simple. Actually, I'm gonna take it out here for a second. Probably should have done this first, but there we go. Okay, now that the pad is in, we just slide it back in place. Okay. Then we're going to take our screw. Get that where it needs to go. We're going to screw that back in. Okay. So now we have the new directional pad down. And now we just reassemble everything. So first we're going to want to put the triggers back in. Okay. Next, I want to line this up. There we go. There we go. So we'll start down here. If I can get the screw in. And not that it matters too much, but I do kind of like to go counter opposite with these, just for pressure purposes. So we'll start like that, and then we'll put one over here. There we go. Take this one. Give each screw just one final little. You don't want them to be too tight. I mean, it's not going anywhere. And you also don't want to put too much pressure on your motherboard. Okay, so now we have this in correctly. Ribbon cable is still good. Everything's screwed in. This mechanism opens and closes just fine. So I'm actually gonna put this back in here. Okay, now to go backwards, we're gonna start with putting the screen back in. So this part's gonna be a little tricky just to see. So I'll start with the little ribbon cable and get that one in, snapped in just fine. Now for the large ribbon cable for the screen here. So next for this part, we're gonna slide this ribbon cable in here. Okay, and connect that. And then, oops, on the wrong side. Make sure that's still good. There we go. On the outside is where that needs to go. Okay. Okay. Cat hair. Okay. So now that that part is done, all we'll have left to do is assemble the faceplate, but before I do that, I actually want to change out the joystick. So we're gonna take that part out there. And then we're gonna take this screw out here. And these are actually really easy. They literally just come right out like that. And then you'll put the new one in. But before I do that, I'm gonna take off the pad here. This is for the directional pad. And I have a new one, so don't mix those up. Put that over there. And just make sure that that's on good. Okay. Yep. There we go. And now for the new joystick. I want to take off that part. And then just get that to sit down there. Okay, and then you just screw it right back in. Pretty simple. Okay, so now that's secure. We have a new pad on. And just because this came with all these little pads, I'm actually gonna switch this one out too. Why not? For your buttons. So take that, throw that over there. Okay, there we go. So there's that on now. So everything's good here. Everything's secure. So we're gonna that just kind of pops in there like you heard. So everything's pretty much good again. Don't forget to put the little thumbstick pad on. So now we just go backwards with our screws here. Okay, tight enough. And I may end up buying a new face plate just because mine is kind of broken a little bit there. That's not the end of the world. You still want this screw because it actually holds in that metal frame that we got all the way down to. So that helps keep that secure as well. So you don't just want to get rid of it. So the two black screws, They go on the outside, and then the two silver ones, they go on the inside. So right here is one. And once again, you want to get the screws in tight, but they don't need to be like torqued all the way. Two. And I actually don't know if this will fix it or not. I hope it does. If it doesn't fix it, then there's some other problem, and I actually have no idea what to do. So this is all trial and error. I've only taken this apart once just to kind of see if I could even do it, and then reassembled it just to once again see if I could even do it. Oh, is this not the right screw? Maybe I mix these ones up. I think I did. This one goes here. There we go. I need the two little ones right there. And then this longer one goes down here. There we go. Okay, so then get the memory card back in. And the reason why I wanted to fix this is because I already have it set up as like a nice little portable emulation device. And I'd like to keep it that way, just because the form factor is so nice. So let's see, so we'll turn it on here. Make sure it turns on. Perfect. I don't care about that. So we got, oh no, still doesn't want to go to the left. It'll go up, it'll go down, but it won't go to the right, I mean. Damn it. Well, you're gonna have to figure out something else that's wrong with it then. So, let's see. So I actually kept fiddling with it this morning. And I was able to get it to work. So the D-pad now works left and right, up and down. I was actually having issues with the joystick. I bought a new joystick, but the new one I bought had really bad drift, and it would just shoot all the way down. So I ended up just putting back my old one in, and now it works. So, you know, for instance, you can load up a game, and the D-pad works just fine. The joystick doesn't move all the way around. So yeah, so I was able to get it to work. It ended up just, I took it apart again all the way, kind of cleaned the board a bit, cleaned the parts, put everything back together. I washed the plastic parts here. The rubber, the silicone was new, so I didn't really do anything to that. But yeah, so I just kind of took it back apart again, cleaned it all up, but now this works, and the joystick doesn't go crazy because the old one wouldn't let me select anything. So yeah, everything's good to go.